Hey everyone, so recently there's been some discussion online about whether or not evil races are okay, especially in game design. Well, in my correct opinion, yes they are. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, hit subscribe, comment below, bye! It's funny that people are even arguing about evil races in fantasy. The idea that they're arguing, oh well, it's not really realistic if everything isn't exactly like humans. First of all, it doesn't really take that much of a stretch in the imagination to imagine an evil race. It's not as far-fetched as some people make it out to be. If anything, you should argue that it's more unrealistic for humans to be able to reason with every single species, no matter what the difference is. I mean, would you want to reason with a species that eats and rapes other humans like yourself? Now, that might sound like a really far-fetched idea, like, oh, goblins eating and raping humans? That would never occur in nature. But then you actually look at real-life nature, and shit happens, doesn't it? Oh, look at that! Other animals eat each other! Oh, look at that! Dolphins kill for fun and rape anything that moves in the water. So is it really that far of a stretch to just imagine that a species is just born acting a certain way? That their nature is just tilted towards certain tendencies? Sure, you could train a lion to be friends with a zebra, but the moment that they get hungry, their natural instincts are gonna kick in, and that zebra gonna be gone. If humans in this instance are the prey by which these species are murdering, because we are intelligent, we have the ability to fight back, which is why we've survived so long. Now, I understand why it's a lot more simplistic to just imagine enemies as these nameless, evil species that you can just slaughter by the hundreds and not have any guilt over it. It is a more simplistic way of having morally good characters engage in combat when it comes to these fighting RPGs, but just because it's easier to do than creating a villain from the ground up with complicated psychological twists and turns doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad thing to do. There are two things that people want to do when they play an RPG. They want to roleplay and they want to fight. And the most annoying thing that you will encounter in a D&D group is not pure evil characters that you can slaughter mindlessly. No, not that. The most annoying thing is the player who wants to play a pacifist character. That player who makes it harder on everyone else in the group who wants to fight, and they're like, no, we can't fight, let's try to reason with it. God forbid they get a natural 20 on an initiative roll. Can I just talk to him? Maybe we can work out a deal. He doesn't speak English. Can I try to charm him? He's immune to charm. He's immune to all spells. That's part of the difficulty in the combat. Okay, maybe if I just kind of tickle him. You know, other people would like a turn too. You see, I don't understand people who want to play pacifist characters, and I don't think they understand how they ruin the game for other people. I guess the idea is they don't actually want to do any combat in the game, they just want to roleplay. And if you just want to roleplay, please play another game. Just play dress up with your niece. We don't need this shit. But in a way, that's kind of why there are those evil races where you can't reason with them. Part of the idea is that you can't say no to fights. So that way you'll be pushed into engaging in combat. And think about it this way, if any group of players had the ability to just hit the skip button on fights because they were like, oh, well, we'll reason with these guys, I don't want to fight them, I want to fight that guy, I want to fight that guy, I don't want to fight that guy. Then you have a scenario in which they're just picking and choosing fights and not actually accepting challenges. It's basically like playing on easy mode. How is that better game design? It might be bizarre for some people to realize this, but sometimes killing is the moral right choice. You see, the difference between a bunch of orcs destroying a town and a tornado destroying a town is that you can't stab a tornado, but you can stab an orc. But I don't really think that people have as much of a problem with evil races. More so the problem that they have specifically comes with orcs. For some reason, people are trying to say that orcs are just like black people. To which I would say, No, they're not, you fucking racist.
Oh, but I'm not saying that black people are ugly. I'm saying that they're mischaracterized as being ugly, just how orcs are mischaracterized as being ugly.
Except orcs aren't mischaracterized. They look and act exactly how they're characterized. If you want to create your own universe in which orcs are not evil but rather just misunderstood, do you know how many stories I've read where demons aren't the bad guys, they're just misunderstood? You can do that in your own little story. And if you're the game master, whatever, it's your decision how you want to characterize your campaign. You can customize things however you want them to be, but saying that it's bad game design is just flat out wrong. And I understand why some people can look at the idea of evil races and think that's too simplified, because it's easy to not feel any guilt and be in the moral right while slaughtering evil races. But in a way, that's how a lot of our wars are fought. The idea being that we convince our people to get hyped up for this war because we're killing the bad guys, we're defeating the bad guys. That was what World War II was all about. It was all this propaganda telling people how horrible these Nazis were and how we had to go to war, we have to get these guys, we have to defeat Satan, essentially. But then when we get into fantasy, the moment someone says, alright, we gotta kill all of these demons, somebody's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Can't we reason with them? I guess psychologically, I can understand why some people might relate to evil races, because the idea is that these evil races are always the ones that are singled out, they're always look different from other humans. People might look at that and be like, oh, that reminds me of me when I was bullied in high school, when I was singled out, when I was called a weirdo or a freak. But I wasn't evil, I was just misunderstood, therefore these demons are misunderstood, therefore I have to stand up for them. I can understand why some people might have those feelings, because they're insecure about themselves, they see themselves as literally part of the side of Satan, to which I would say to those people, hey, that's not you. Even if you have done bad things in your life, it has never been as bad as stuff that orcs and demons and other evil races do. You're not that guy. So calm down. And if you are that guy, please contact the authorities and turn yourself in. Anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on evil races. I know that some of you may have been expecting me to react to that video that people are reacting to, the one that sparked all of this conversation in the first place. But that video is just so bad and so easy to break down that I feel like everyone else has done it justice, All you really need to know about that video is that it was bad, it made bad arguments, and everyone pointed out how bad the arguments were. I just wanted to add in my own thoughts about evil races, how I feel about them, what my experience has been playing games, especially with these darn pacifist players, all of these evil race simps. But please, feel free to share your own thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. Like the video if you've enjoyed, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!
Program restart. Shutting down all systems.